with another video. Welcome or welcome back. In today's video in my channel, which is your channel, we have Huda Beauty in the house. And if you're ready for today's video, keep on watching. Mwah! Before we continue with this video, you already know the drill. I would love for you to be part of the Steffi Glam or Us fam. So go down below and click the little red button so you can become part of it. Huda Beauty came through with a brand new LUMINOUS Pressed Powder Foundation. It is made in Italy, $33, and is recyclable packaging. It's available in 13 different shades, and I picked up the shade light medium. Smoothing, breathable, luminous, and it's gonna give you coverage with no cake face. Infused with some good ass ingredients like Damascus rose oil, vitamin E, and red bell peppers. Natural silky glow. It's supposed to blur pores without settling into fine lines. I also picked up the all over brush. It's $33 and it's supposed to be dumped, plushy. It's actually really soft and it's supposed to glide across the face for an airbrush application. I have the GLOWISH Cheeky Vegan blush powder. It is $21. They are also made in Italy and they come in 4 different shades. Buttery, radiant formula, and they're supposed to be non-drying. Also infused with some loving skincare ingredients. It got Damascus rose oil. You guys know that's heaven for the skin. It helps lock in moisture. Supposed to last 13 hours. We are going to find out. I'm gonna be showing you how these blushes look. I'm gonna be applying one in each side of the face. I'm completely barefaced. I did wash and prep my face, and I have a lot going on with my face right now. It was worse. It actually got a little better. I got a facial this morning, me and my bright ass idea. So my face is freaking out. It's like, what the heck did you do to me? I have red dots everywhere from when she was like picking and taking things out. You know, after facials your face be swelling up. We're gonna have to work around this, but the bright positive side of it is that we're gonna put this powder foundation to the test and we are going to be able to see how does it look on top of texture. This time around she didn't come through with a new blush brush. If you already owned the bronzer brush, it's the same thing. She's recommending to use the same brush. She changed the name. Now it's called blush bronzer brush, something like that. So I think that was a broad idea. I'm gonna be showing you how each individual one looks on bare face without makeup, and then of course after that I will show you how they look on top of makeup. 01 Healthy Peach, and it's a warm soft peach, and I do appreciate the mirror. So this is the lightest shade. For the first pass it does have pigmentation. I'm gonna be using my Hermes brush. I want to see what brush I like more. This brush is giving me way more pigmentation. It is buildable. I actually thought that the shade 01 wasn't going to show up on me at all. And regardless of all the texture that I have going on my face right now, the formulation, it's so smooth that it's giving my bare skin a nice, pretty smoothing effect. This is the 02 Karen Coral. I'm loving the names. And this is a mid-tone rosy coral. The 01 is way more coral, and you see the rosy pinky on the 02. They're totally 2 different shades. That is the 01 and this is the 02. It's going with the 02. Wow, that's a whole lot of pigmentation. And that's the first pass. Damn. Definitely this brush from Hermes picks up way more product than the one from Huda. That's a lot. Normally I won't apply this much blush. I mean, I'm not even applying that much blush. Like, I'm barely going in the pan and it's giving me this much color payoff. That's crazy. This is 03 Berry Juicy. This is a rich tone berry. And this is more of a plumpy purple blush. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan, but for fall, this will be the perfect blush. Yes, you see? It's the brush. This toned definitely don't go with what I'm wearing right now, and it's not matching with my eye look. 04 Charming Cherry, and this is a cool pop of cherry. I think this color is so pretty, so unique, so vibrant. I'm loving the whole combination of like the pinky, and then you see a little bit of purple in there. This shade, just by looking at it, I know it's like my favorite out of all four. 03. Oh, let me swatch 04s. Look at that. Yummy. That looks juicy. It matches with my nails. Look. See? We look blush happy. We are blushed the fuck out. This is the perfect definition of blush. It makes you happy. I look happy as hell right now with all this blush. Okay, so I already removed the blushes. I prepped my face again. Now we're gonna go with the Luminous Pressed Powder Foundation. I saw Huda, I'm pretty sure we all saw her, applying this foundation with a sponge. You guys know I'm not a fan of sponges. I just don't like beauty blenders and none of that. If you're like me and you just don't like sponges, then what I recommend you is use something like this, something like the Rare Beauty foundation or my Booten from Bobbi Brown. This is the full coverage foundation brush. You see how the bristles, they are stiffed. This is what you need. This is gonna kind of mimic what a sponge is gonna do, and it's gonna give you almost the same coverage. A brush like this one is not going to give you full coverage. This is more for like an all over powder. This is going to give you a light coverage. You see how it's softer, plushy, and bigger? Okay, so moment of the truth. I'm so excited. And I'm like antsy. Like, I want to see what's up with this foundation. So first, let me show you how it looks with the sponge dry. This is just my regular sponge, and I'm gonna dig it in here. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. I wish I had a mirror though. I keep going like that. Let me see. Okay. Okay, we got some coverage right there. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm grabbing a little bit more. And I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it like this. Let me go wet my sponge and I'll be back. Every time I'm using a powder foundation, I always like to apply my concealer first, and I recommend you to do the same thing. Okay, we're looking a little bit weird right now. I just wet my sponge, and after you wet your sponge, don't dry it with a towel. The towel is not gonna take all the water you need of the sponge. Grab a paper towel and you're gonna just stick the sponge in there. And you are gonna go like this a few times. And the paper towel is gonna take all the excess of water that you need of your sponge. That's the application with a dry sponge. Let me grab it with the damp sponge now. Look, all those red dots that I have right here. I wanna see if it's gonna cover them. So let me just, whoop. That's a lot of coverage. That is a lot of coverage. Look, it covered pretty much everything. And look, a little bit goes a long way. The area of my concealer, I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna blend it with the butt. And I'm not gonna apply no more. I'm just gonna blend it. I'm gonna merge my concealer and the foundation together by doing this. I'm gonna grab a little bit more to see if it's buildable and see if I can cover all this that I have going on right here. A little bit more. I already got all the coverage I wanted. I'm liking the way it looks. For the other half of the face, I'm going to be using a pore filling primer, a matte primer, something like that that is going to help me calm the shine, the glow a little bit down, and that is going to help me with the texture and the pores. So I'm going to be using a little bit of this one from YSL. When you're using a pore filling primer, don't just blend it like if you're blending a cream. Tap it right on top of the pores and go like upwards motions like that, like. That's how you're gonna get the pore filling primer in your pores. I'm gonna be using my Bobbi Brown full coverage foundation brush. because I want to see how much coverage do we get with the brush. And this formulation is actually really creamy, but for some reason I'm picking it up with a brush, and instead of being creamy, it is more powdery than anything. Look at this. See that? But okay, let me just press it down. And you see how it also gave me a good amount of coverage, but a little less than with a sponge. I'm gonna do little tapping motions. I don't really like the way the brush is applying the foundation. It's not giving me the coverage I need. So I'm gonna go back with a sponge. Wow. I actually wanna use the sponge. Okay, Stephanie. That's not you. You're always talking shit about the goddamn sponge, and you over here wanted to use the sponge. The sponge is the way to go. If you're using this foundation. So I'm gonna have to eat my words. Because that's crazy. I don't like how the brush applies it. We went from the way I was looking before with texture marks all over my face to this. That is a pretty coverage, that's for sure. And it's looking already glowy. This is a luminous foundation. She never said the foundation was matte. It's like right there in the title, luminous. It is a little bit more luminous than what I expected. I lower my lights all the way down, and this is what we have. This is what we have. I mean, this is the glow I have. Like, this is what it is. My camera, it is literally like true to color right now. And the same way you looking at it right now, you see that glow? That's exactly how it looks in person. Glowing, but nothing that is looking like, oh my god, it's a hot ass mess. No. No. This is just not going to be for everybody. Period. I just definitely know that I'm light, not light medium. So this shade does run a little deeper. And this is my base, it's my foundation. When I go now and apply my bronzer and everything I'm gonna apply it on top of it, I am gonna balance things out, and I recommend you to do the same thing. If you know this is this glowy, don't apply glow on top of glow. Go in with a matte bronzer, and whatever you're gonna apply on top of this foundation, try to go for matte products instead of more glow. I'm dying to use it like every day, but I'm not gonna use it today because I told you guys I was gonna use a matte bronzer, and I know that when I use this foundation, I'm not going to use a glowy bronzer. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna apply more glow on top of this glowy foundation because it's just not gonna look good. My neck is looking lighter than my face, and I don't like that. I hate that. Now for blush, I'm gonna be using my favorite shade, the shade 04. I mean, I wanna use this one, but this doesn't go with what I have on my eyes right now. It's just way too vibrant. You know, I think I'm better off going with shade number 1. It's more coral, more peachy, warmer, and it goes with my transition color. If you don't know what blush to put on, always look at your transition color, which is the color that is popping out right here by your brow bone. That little flush of color, it's gonna tell you what blush to use. I don't like this bronzer brush for blush at all. First of all, it's too thick, so it's gonna give you way too much blush, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. I do really like it for bronzer. For bronzer, it sculpts, it chisels your cheekbones like so nice and so precise because of the shape of it. Right here on top, it's like spiky, like, you know? And you apply bronzer, it goes right here on your cheeks. Beautiful, but not for blush. I like these blushes with and without makeup. I'm using this, what is it? Heat whatever on the shade Chocolate. And obviously I'm not gonna apply no highlighter. This is what we have. We're gonna leave it here. I don't need no more highlighter. So this is more for like those days that you don't have time to do your makeup and do all the steps, you know, foundation, bronzer, blush, contour, highlighter, and all that. No, you just apply this, you know, as your foundation and then put a little bit of color on top of it and you'll be good. If you have oily skin and you get greasy at the end of the day, the glow might become a little bit too much. If you have oily skin, if you have a baby doll flawless face, God bless you, this baby is going to look amazing on your skin. It looks way more glowy right now because I have my studio lights beaming down on my face, but I did realize that when I went downstairs and when I was in the bathroom with regular lighting, it looks glowy but normal. If you like the skin tint, you're gonna like this. And if you don't like it, then give it a second chance, because I don't see how you like the skin tint and you don't like this. This is gonna give you way more coverage, easier to apply. It does oxidize a little bit. Even though I don't like sponges, to apply this is the best method of application. Yesterday I also applied this on top of makeup and I don't like how it looks. Like an all over glow, This is not translucent. This does have color, actually a lot of color. So when you apply this on top of makeup, it's going to cover your makeup. I applied it right here on the highest points of my cheeks and it completely covered my bronzer. Same thing if you're thinking about applying this on top of another foundation, just have in mind that this will change the color of the other foundation that you apply first. I also want to try something. Let me grab a little bit of this. And you see the little mark I have right here? I want to see if it covers it. Yes. Yo. Look at that. See how much cover it have? That mark is deep. I really like it for the body. A lot. And light medium for my body, it doesn't look that bad. I just need a lighter shade for my face. If you want to calm down the glow, then use a matte primer. And if you don't want it to, you know, emphasize your pores, like whatever, not even the little bit that it does, apply a pore filling primer. So it comes down to this. If you like glowy complexion products, this is not gonna be that bad. And if you don't like nothing glowy, stay the heck away, but really far away from this foundation. The whole deal with this foundation is that it's not supposed to give you cake face. And let me correct something. This foundation doesn't give you cake face at all. It's actually super, super lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel makeup-y. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So have that in mind, that the glowy have nothing to do with giving you cake face. The whole no cake face, it's legit. My final opinion here is that I like it. Again, I'm not going to use it every day. I'm going to use it depending on how I feel, depending on how my skin is looking. And I just think that if this was a little bit less glowy, it will be the perfect pressed powder foundation. Now the blushes. It is the same exact formula as the bronzer. So if you love this as much as I do, you are going to love the blushes. I think it's a must-have. I mean, obviously, not all four, but at least just one. My favorite shade out of all four is 04. I think that one is so vibrant, so unique. I don't know, like, it makes me happy just by looking at it. The blush doesn't look like it's sitting on top of the skin. It's just like... Now is your turn. Let me know, because I need to know, what do you think about this whole deal with this powder foundation down below in the comment section. Do you like it? You don't like it? Do you already tried it? I need to know. Drop it down below. We finally made it to the end of the video. Thank you again for another great video. I love you all so damn much, to the moon and back. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, before you are done with this video, don't forget to go down below and click the little red button so we can stay together forever and ever. And don't forget to put your notification bell on so YouTube can notify you every time I upload new videos. Mwah! See you on the next one.